What's up, you guys? Today we're going to talk about the absolute throttling that happened today during the UNC South Carolina football game, man. Just very strange second half, very entertaining first half, uh, and an overall entertaining weekend. I could probably say is a lot of teams, a lot of upsets, a lot of almost upsets, a lot of blowouts. Very entertaining throughout the whole league. But let's talk about the UNC game first. Uh, First quarter, seven points from each team. Second quarter, 10 points from North Carolina, seven from the Gamecocks, 14 from North Carolina in the third quarter, and then three from South Carolina in the fourth quarter. So just a very, very entertaining game. But let's start out with the. We're just going to go through the team stats real quick, and then we'll go to the player stats. Total yards, North Carolina with 437. Gamecocks with 362. Passing yards, 265. North Carolina, 354. Gamecocks, 172 rushing yards, 172 for North Carolina, 8 for the Gamecocks, and 6.2 yards per play for the Tar Heels, 5.2 for the Gamecocks. First downs, 21 Tar Heels, 20 Gamecocks. Third down efficiency, 8 for 13. And for the Tar Heels, 4 for 15 for the Gamecocks. Total plays, 71-70. Tar Heels with the win on that one. 2 punts to 5 punts. Tar Heels with the less on that one. Penalties, 7 for 46. 7 for 47. Tar Heels, 6 for 46. Gamecocks. Fumbles lost, 0 both sides. Tar Heels threw 2 interceptions. Time of possession, Tar Heels 32-36. Gamecocks 27-24. Very just very few. Let me say this: very few mistakes by the Gamecocks. There were a lot more mistakes by the Tar Heels offensively with the interceptions, all that stuff. But also there were a lot more big plays by the Tar Heels in the first half. Just absolutely insane. Let's go to the individual stats now. As just passing yards, Drake May, 23 for 31, 265, two touchdowns, 2 interceptions. One of those interceptions was his fault. The other was definitely not his fault. The other was 100% the wide receiver. Wide receiver hit his hands. He went boom like this, and it just deflected off his hands into the hands of a South Carolina defensive back. I will come up with his name later because it'll show up later. And then rushing yards, British Brooks back from injury, back to play another season with the Tar Heels. 15 for 103, 6.9 yards per carry. Very amazing and just great. And then Amari and Hampton, 16 for 37, 2.3 yards and 2 touchdowns. Again, amazing. Drake May, 4 for 25, 6.2 yards. And then Tywan Chapman, one that I've never heard of, and one that I'm kind of shocked is still here because the amount of running backs we had with Amari and Hampton, with British Brooks, with Petaway, all these guys, which Petaway did not get any carries today, obviously, but still just very strange that I saw him here today. And then receiving, a couple names that I recognize, a couple names that I don't. Kobe Paysour, 6 for 60, 10, average 10, 1 touchdown. John Copenhaver, 3 for 52, 17.3 average, and 1 touchdown. And then those two I recognize. Kamari Morales, 3 for 47, 15 yards at 15.3 average. Gavin Blackwell, also recognize him, 1 for 37. J.J. Jones, 2 for 24. Bryson Nesbitt, 3 for 22. British Brooks, 3 for 18. Nate McCollum, 1 for 6. And then George Petaway, 1 that resulted in nothing. But, just a lot of, just spreading the ball around a lot, which I love to see. Doesn't give us any defensive. It's not giving us any defensive sacks, any defensive stats. I know we had at least 5 or 6 sacks. Not exactly sure. Kick returns, Petaway had 1 for 16 yards. We had 1 punt, but it's not showing anything. Again, I'm literally recording this. The game ended at around 11:30. It's 11:52, so I could understand why they're not everything's updated yet, but just a very strange, very weird game. I'll say that for defensively. Or out of the ordinary game for this defense, I'll say that. And then Ben Kiernan, my father said multiple times, that's the first big sack we've had in 4 years, which is accurate and sad. South Carolina passing yards, Spencer Rattler, 30 for 39, 354, and way less mistakes, just a lot more, got sacked a lot more times. That's really the only main difference. Rushing, Joyner, DeCarrion Joyner, 12 for 22, 1 point, 8 per carry, 1.8 per carry, and Juju Dowell, 5 for -1, 1 touchdown. Xavier Legette, 1 for -2, and then Spencer Rattler. The amount of times that man got sacked, 13 for -11. So, I mean, again, that also counts in for sacks. So, realistically, they got like 11 receiving yards, or they got, 19 rushing yards, but they gave them 5 because of the amount of times he was sacked, which is great. You love that as Tar Heels. Receiving, Xavier Legette, 9 for 178. Amarion Brown, 3 for 44. Luke Doity, 3 for 41. Juju McDowell, 3 for 31. Josh Simon, 4 for 20. DeCarrion Joyner, 5 for 14. Trey Knox, 2 for 14. Peyton Mangrum, 1 for 12. And then defense doesn't have anything. Kick returns, 2 for 43 for Xavier Legette. Kicking, 1 field goal for Mitch Jeter. Kai Kroger with 5 punts for 242 yards, average of 42.4. And I'm going to refresh the page, see if any defensive stuff popped up. Again, I doubt it, but let's just see if it happened. Back to North Carolina, South Carolina. Overall, a very different game than what we're used to seeing, because we're not used to seeing the Tar Heels get sacks. There was a brief time in the third quarter, but again, no points came out of this. But just a brief time in the third quarter where I was like, okay, dumb penalty, and then should not have let that happen. Okay, should not have let that happen either. And it was just kind of spiraled from there. So I think a very, very great game all around, though. Defense should definitely be proud, and I'm happy to say that I was wrong. I genuinely went into this going, whichever defense shows up is going to win the game, because I knew both defenses are pretty bad. And but yeah, North Carolina showed up, and I'm very excited to say that. And then also, just, I don't even know how to explain it. Just a very, very great team win. A very great, just everything happened the way it did. Just a lot of, again, they had 5 receiving yards, or 8 receiving yards. Or rushing yards, sorry. Just absurd. Yeah, 8 rushing yards. And British Brooks had over 100 rushing yards in his first game back from injury. So that's huge right there. We've got our guys now, and now we're going to go into App State next week, and we're going to crush them. Videos coming out this week. I hope to have a video Wednesday, maybe. Might come out Thursday, actually. It's going to recap the... Well, it's actually not. It's going to come out Wednesday or Friday. It's going to recap the Tar Heels. It's going to recap the weekend. It's going to preview the Thursday night game, and it's going to preview the next weekend. And then, we may stream week 1. I'm not going to be able to stream Thursday night football due to Thursday night football due to the fact that I have a JV scrimmage, but I'm okay with that. That's not really that big of a deal. I will miss most Thursday night games, but that's not a big deal. And then I'll be back for Sunday games. Anytime the Chiefs are playing other than Thursday nights, I will stream them. But yeah, I'm just very excited to see how the season goes. And Tar Heels starting off with a big win. It's exactly what you want in that spot. And yeah, very excited for this season. I'll see you guys next time. Comment below your favorite team and how they do this weekend. Oh yes, and also last thing. Tomorrow, I should stream LSU Florida State. I might stream that one. If not, then I plan to change whatever. But I hope to stream LSU Florida State. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.